Hey friends, hey family. Um, what's going on, you guys? Listen, yes, it's the middle of the day, and I'm just now like looking like I'm alive and like I'm a human. You ever just have those days where like you'll be at home getting ready, and you look in the mirror like very, very briefly. When I say briefly, like you look as you're walking out the door, and you're like, oh, okay, this will do. And you don't look in the mirror as you're driving and you get to work and you just go to the bathroom and you're like, oh my God, how did I not get fired for indecent exposure? Because it should be indecent or considered indecent for me to be in your face looking like this. I look crazy. So that's what I did today. I got to work and I was like, she needs to go home. I was like, she needs to get sent home. But anyways, so I thought that I would go in my car and like put a little mascara on and do my classic brown lip. My favorite brown lip to do is Antique Velvet by MAC. It's a is it a satin? I don't think so. It's just matte. It's just a matte, and it just looks so good. It makes my skin look good and it makes my teeth look white. So, y'all be like, oh, Jayla, you're so pretty. Your teeth are so white. Your skin is so pretty. And I be like, thank you. Thank you. I just drink water. But really, it's that Antique Velvet. Watch. You'll see. Oh, I have my eyeliner in here. Oh, okay. I can look like a snack today. Well, maybe not a snack, but I'll look like, not like a snack, but like a taste tester. So not all the way a snack, but like a nibble, you know? Um, because let me reiterate to you when I tell you, I didn't realize how rough I looked. My skin gets so oily in the summer. Okay, y'all didn't come here to hear any of this. I'm so sorry. So let me tell you, first of all, if you're wondering why I have a lisp, it's because I got Invisalign, and I don't know how to talk with them in yet. So just bear with me. It's my first tray, my first like set. So they're a little bit tight. My teeth are adjusting, but like just don't make fun of me, you know? I sound like Mike Tyson a little bit, but I don't think like it's too noticeable. But whatever, if it is, like just pray for your baby, because I want to have straight teeth. Fun fact for your own edification, me and my daddy, as if it wasn't enough that I literally look like him with a wig on, um, our bottom row teeth are like crooked in the same places. I'm not making that up either. So you I'm just like literally, I'm Jathan Sparks. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Jayla. Just kidding, I'm Jathan. That's my dad's name. Anyway, y'all. So I wanted to have a conversation with you guys. Let's talk. I'm gonna give you a little green tea today, okay? So you're gonna get all your antioxidants. You're gonna get your metabolism right. We gonna get this green tea because I'm noticing. Hold on. I'm noticing something, and I don't like it. And it may not be my business. And if it's not, listen, I'm quick to say, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me and mind my business. So if it's not, it's not. See what I mean? Look how white my teeth look. So this is my thing. I'm noticing, you guys. I feel like some of y'all, let me not. I'll be very, very inclusive. I feel like some of us, we get upset at God when we find out that he's not our genie in a bottle. Like we treat him like a genie in a bottle and then get upset when we don't get our three wishes. But I don't know if anybody's ever told you. I'll tell you if they haven't. You know he's not a genie in a bottle, right? Um, this is crazy to me. So everybody has their own beliefs. That's fine. But we like to say the truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. Come on, say yes. So your opinion about God does not change who God is. You get what I'm saying? So you can feel like God is a genie in a bottle, and treat him like he's a genie in a bottle. But you can't get upset when he doesn't adhere to whatever, standards that you set for him, because that's not really how it works, I don't know if you guys have ever read the book of Job. Listen, the book of Job, I have not, if you want to see a biblical reading, you want to see God read somebody for filth, honey, read the book of Job. The book of Job, God was going in, okay? God, listen, have you ever like gotten into a fight with somebody? Like not your parents, but like you get into a fight with somebody and the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, I don't know who you thought you were talking to. I know y'all have said that before. Please don't act. Don't act right now. Or you say, you better ask about me, or you must not know about me. That was literally God talking to Job. So Job is this guy, upstanding citizen, law-abiding citizen. He pays his taxes. He goes to jury duty when he gets called. Like, he's cool. Like Job is a good guy. He's just like your all around, all American, law-abiding citizen, right? And then the devil one day, he chilling, and he was like, you know what? I'm about to go holler at God, see what he talking about. So he goes up to heaven with the angels, and the angels like dap God up, hey, what's good? What's happening, my baby? Whatever. And then Satan walks up and he was like, hey, God. And oh my gosh, I think in gifts. So like, I wish I could show you guys the gifts I'm thinking of. But Satan walks in, he's like, hey, God. And God is like, hey. And, so they're doing the P. Diddy, I exchange, whatever. Long story short, Job is known, it's very evident that he's known in heaven and in earth as this upstanding, righteous man. So Satan is like, look, let me try him. I want to test this gangster. Let me see if he's really about it. So he does just that. But God tells him, go ahead. You could play with his little animals or whatever. Do what you got to do, but don't touch him. So long story short, whoop-de-whoop, Satan does all this stuff. I mean, Job loses his 401k, his family, his sons, which sons were a big deal back in the day, because that was like your legacy. Like, if you ain't got no sons, I mean, you not really popping, So he loses his sons. He loses literally all he has. His wife literally tells him, like, look, can you just go ahead? We about to serve another God. You need to go ahead and renounce this God. Job calls her, he was like, you speaking like a foolish woman. I said, you better tell her, Job. So a side note, that's why it's so important to be married and joined to the right people. But I'm going to sip my tea. I hope you are too. But, okay, I keep saying long story short, but I keep like drawing the story out. So at the absolute, so Job is like talking to three of his other friends. His other friends come and see how at the end, when Job loses everything, and he's actually afflicted in his body, like physically. That's when Job, he loses it. He, don't know which way is up. He's about to, give up the ghost if he had a ghost. It was rough. And so Job's three friends come and they see how distressed Job is. And they just sit there for 7 days and 7 nights with Job and just wail with him, right? So at the end of the story, so Job is going on and on about God, charging God erroneously, like, charging all these things, his character and all these things, pretty much putting God on trial, right? And y'all know how I feel about the legal system, but you guys might not. So let me keep that to myself. Side note, if you're wondering why I look like this, my hair looks like this, don't, because it's wash week. So we get to the end of the chapter or the book, and God comes on the scene, right? So God sits back and he just chills, and he was like, all right, he pulls a Kanye West. He was like, I'm gonna let you finish, but then when he steps on the scene, I mean, God starts going in, y'all. He's going in on Job. He was like, okay, all right, since you so bad, since you so this, since you so that, God goes, tell me, who was there when I laid the foundations of the earth? God goes on chapter for chapter, like, who was there when I did this? Okay, so who can do this? Who can do that? I mean, he's going on, and Job is just sitting there like, okay, you right. You right. Because number one, who's gonna argue with God? You're a fool if you argue with God. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. But okay, so I said all that to say Job is like probably one of my favorite books in the Old Testament, but I feel like a lot of us will be like Job, like, and maybe even not all the way like Job. We'll be like Job up until like the first test. At least Job made it to the third. But we'll be like him up to the first test. Like, oh, I love God. I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Loving God, serving God, all this stuff, or maybe serving God. But it always boils down to what God can do for me. And so, the devil comes, Satan, the very definition, his name by definition is an adversary, or one who opposes, the opposing one. So he comes to steal, and destroy. It's always so like tempting to say steal, kill, and destroy, but still steal, kill, and destroy, right? So in our lives, if we like kind of use Job as a template or a comparison for our lives, like, we'll be going about our day, and we'll be self-righteous in that we will believe in our minds, oh, I'm worthy of God's blessings, and I'm upright in God's eyes, and I do this and I do that, I'm morally integral, and I'm all these things. And then the first thing, tire blows out. God, where were you? You weren't there with me shooting in the gym. God, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. For what? You know? For what? God's like, whoa, whoa. But you were praising me 30 minutes ago when you got that extra $20 on your check. But now I'm not real. Or now I'm, unfaithful. Or now I'm not worthy of the praise, or I'm not worthy of your worship anymore because you got a flat tire. That's not how it works. So this is what I want to submit to you guys. And it's also a test, not a test, but a something that I will work on too, is I need to work on too. I feel like everybody does. Like, this relationship thing with God is not supposed to be one way. It's not a relationship if it's one way. So this is the realty. The realty is God is not your genie in a bottle. There are benefits that come with a life in Christ, right? There are benefits. If there weren't, no one would want to serve God. There are benefits, and there are a lot of them, too many to name, when you serve the God who is the God of everything, the creator of everything. But it also comes at a personal sacrifice. The 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 consolation is that personal sacrifice will never be more than what God has for you, or what God has, period. So, you can say all you want to, oh, I serve God, I love God, this, that, and the other. But what are you doing for God? What are you sacrificing for him? What are you offering him? Are you being a priest? Are you, what are you doing for God? There is nothing that we could do to be worthy of everything that he's done for us. There's not ever. But like I said, when you're in Christ, you're called to be a priest, right? What do priests do if not offer up sacrifices? So I'm not telling you to go Abraham and offer to kill your siblings, or your son, but well, even though he didn't offer, but he sure was ready. I just want to like make sure that we have everything in mind. Like, no, this isn't genie in a bottle. This is, you give, and then sometimes you give, sometimes you get. Or let me rephrase, you should always be giving, and God is always giving, but there needs to be some like rewiring of the understanding of who God is and what that relationship should be based on. If you are in any relationship based off of solely what you can gain from that relationship, then you are selfish. You're a selfish person. You should always be considering, whether it's your relationship with God or your relationship with others, what you can offer that person too. It should be mutually beneficial. If it's not, then that's, why are you there? You know? Why are you there? I want y'all to sip that tea. Sip that tea, okay?